It's fine. Stop stressing. It's fine. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm bringing it back. I am going to be following Kylie Jenner's everyday makeup routine. I made one of these videos where I followed Molly May's everyday makeup routine and you guys absolutely loved it. It did way better than I ever thought it would. So I thought I would turn it into a little series. I have my laptop here with the video up ready to go and I'm basically just gonna watch it and then try and recreate what she does on her face on mine. Cool. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and let's try and transform ourselves into Kylie Jenner.
I like to start with my face primer from my birthday collection.
Okay, so I don't have that face primer. So she's literally just putting the face primer on her face, as you do, you know. So I'm going to use the Benefit Professional and just put it in the places that she puts it. So she starts on her nose, which I guess is like the main place a lot of people need to use primer, and then she just kind of goes out. Why do I feel like it's suffocating me? My hands aren't this fake tanned in real life. The camera literally likes to make me look like an idiot, so please excuse it. It's not real. Right, so primer on my face. Next step.
And I'm using Luminous Silk Foundation.
Oh, I actually have this. Oh my god. Wait, where is it? I actually own this. Wait, this is so exciting. Okay, so here is my Luminous Silk Foundation. This is the complete wrong shade for me because this is for when I'm pale. We already know I'm not pale at the moment except for my face. So I'm going to mix this with some of my True Match. I really have to get up again.
Go ahead and apply.
So she's using a brush
this combo is like
for hers, and her brush looks kind of small, so I think I'm going to use one like this.
And really well.
Okay, so she's literally just blending in her foundation. So yeah, she used 3 pumps of this. I would only normally ever use like 1, which is crazy because I definitely used to use a lot more than that, but recently I've just been using like 1 pump of foundation. I don't know why, I'm just not a fan of it at the moment. Oh, this is like the perfect colour. Look at that. You can barely even see it on my hand. That's how good of a colour it is. I'll feel so much better once I have my foundation on because right now I am looking like a ghost. It has been cloudy for about 2 years now, so I haven't really had an opportunity to film with good lighting, you know. Okay, so the foundation is on. I actually quite like the way it looks, to be honest. I don't really like the Giorgio Armani foundation that much because even though it's meant to be really like glowy and luminous, like it's literally in the name, I find that on my skin, because I have dry skin, it makes my skin look drier, which I know is really, really strange, but it just seems to like cling to dry patches. I feel like you have to have a super smooth skin like Kylie Jenner to make it look flawless, and I just don't, so it never looks amazing on me. But I think mixing it with the True Match has made it look a lot better actually.
I'm even gonna like go over my eyelids and over my brows.
What? I've gone over my eyelids but I've not gone over my brows. I've actually never heard of anyone doing that, but if Kylie Jenner says to do it, you gotta do it. You know what? I'm gonna put my faith and my trust into Kylie because her makeup always looks bomb.
Okay, so now that I got a nice thin layer of foundation, I'm gonna use a beauty blender and just blend it in. So that
okay, so I'm glad she's doing this because I normally use a beauty blender to blend in my foundation because I find with a brush it just doesn't blend in as well. So I'm just going to go over with my beauty blender and this should hopefully make it kind of sink into the skin a bit more rather than looking like really cakey.
Okay, so next step is my concealer. I'm using shade Maple right now.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's her own Kylie Cosmetics concealer. I don't have that, but I don't have that. I used it up. I was gonna say The packaging looks really similar to the L'Oreal True Match Concealer, but I used that all up the other day. So she put it under the eyes.
And then I have some little
she's put it
there.
okay.
Just a little on my forehead and
so she's put it under her eyes, on her chin, on her forehead, down her nose and above her lip, and then also on like any like spots she has. So she's done lines under her eyes like that. Perfect.
So now I'm gonna go ahead and blend.
So she's using her beauty blender. Thank God, because I cannot blend in my concealer with a brush. Like it doesn't work. No. I'm really annoyed that she has a pink background behind her and I have a blue, but not all of us have a professional photo studio. Thank you. So I've blended that all out and I'm looking a lot less tanned than Kylie, but is that really a surprise? Probably not. I think it all looks good together though so far.
I'm gonna go and take my favorite setting powder.
Okay, so she's using powder now.
It happens to be by Kylie Cosmetics.
Good.
First I'm gonna do a light set with soft pink. I like to use...
I knew that she would bake because like that's just what Kylie Jenner does, isn't it? Like the Kardashians and Jenners are known for like their contour, and I have already watched this video and I know that she does quite like a heavy bake, which I would never ever normally do. I'm not doubting myself, I'm doubting myself a little bit.
So I'm just gonna do a light layer like that.
Okay, so she starts by just lightly brushing it like under her eyes. So I'm gonna do that as well. I'm gonna use I actually barely have any of this left. This is my L'Oreal True Match powder. Don't know what I was trying to say there. I literally have little clumps of it left. I love this powder. I think it's really good. So she just uses a fluffy small brush and just kind of puts it under her eyes.
I'm gonna set. And then when I do my eyeshadow, this will be a good...
Okay, so now she's baking her under eyes, which... this is where it gets tricky. So she's using her own translucent powder. I would normally use the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I think it's so good, but I've actually run out, which is really sad. It was like the big size as well. It has lasted me 6 months, but it's like £40. Like that's just a little bit ridiculous. So I have a cheaper dupe for you all. Now this is definitely nowhere near as good in my opinion, but this is the Revolution Bake and Finish. This is literally white. The only problem I find with this is that it gives flashback, which obviously we don't want, but for the sake of the video I'm going to use it because I have nothing else to bake with. Please come out. Oh, it's literally like talcum powder. Honestly, if you don't have powder, just use talcum powder. She uses a beauty blender and she bakes her under eyes. She also bakes her nose like down the side, and then she also puts a line like down her nose. So we're just going to do that as well. I way prefer like a dewy look, like a more glowy look. So I never normally put on a huge amount of powder. I feel like Kylie's always got quite like a matte base, which is really nice. It suits her really well. I just personally prefer a glowy look on me, you know?
Last but not least, I'm gonna take beige.
Oh my gosh, she uses so much powder, it stresses me out.
Big chunky brush, and I'm gonna set the rest of my face.
Who has this many? Oh well, obviously she does because she's got a powder line. But who owns this many different shades of powder? This makes me so sad because I hate having matte foundation. But we gotta do what Kylie does, you know. I'm really hungry. I really want lunch, and I just know that this video is going to probably take me another like hour to film. So let's all pray for me. So I've powdered my whole entire face about 3 times now and I think it's looking pretty matte, so let's move on.
Okay, so now that I'm all set, I'm gonna do my brows. So let's do my brows next. This is shade medium brown. So my routine before I would...
Okay, so she's using one of her Kylie eyebrow products. Obviously she's going to be using mostly her products in this video. I don't have any of them. What a surprise. So I'm going to use my Dip Brow Pomade by Anastasia Beverly Hills because this is just my go-to normally. She's got a great eyebrow shape and mine are literally just on my face. Like they're just stuck there. I just need to take a minute to watch this, otherwise I'm going to be confused.
I start with lining underneath.
Okay, so she does the underneath first.
extending out.
And she like really extends the tail. So right, let's do that step first. Right, I'm really putting pressure on myself here. Right, let's start with the bottom first.
After I line the bottom of them, then I brush down my brows.
Oh.
And I kind of like line the top.
Okay, so she has some interesting methods. So she brushes her eyebrows down. Oh my god, I found a spoolie. I found a spoolie right at the bottom of my makeup bag. Thank Jesus, Lord. Amen. This is going to be ridiculous for me because I barely have eyebrows as it is. So to brush them down is just not really a great idea, you know. Right, so now I have no eyebrows. So now she's doing the top part, which is what I'm gonna do. She already has eyebrows, like she doesn't need to put eyebrow product in, like she has those HD brows on her face. So unfortunate not being rich. Okay, so she then uses powder to fill in her eyebrow. So she lines it with her eyebrow pencil, which I'm guessing is kind of like a gel formula, and then she fills her eyebrows in using powder. So I'm actually going to use one of the eyeshadows out of this palette because there's some really good like brow colours in here. I never ever spend this long on my eyebrows. Like normally my eyebrows I'm really lazy with, and I know I shouldn't be because eyebrows are literally so important, but I just find them so boring. Like they are literally the most boring part of any makeup routine. Right, either way, let's be real, they're never going to look as good as Kylie's. So I'm just going to do the other one and then we're going to move on because I am getting frustrated. Right, okay, calm down. To be fair, they look better than they normally do, so maybe I should do this routine more often. Oh crap. And I kind of just
oh,
she's not done with the eyebrows yet. Oh my god. Okay, so she's also she's put in a colour underneath her eyebrow to like brighten it. It's gonna go underneath my eyebrow. I get why she does this. Like obviously for her, she owns like a makeup brand, you know what I mean? Like her makeup kind of has to look good every day. She is living her best life, you know? She really is living her best life. Like I wish I had her life, to be honest. She's using her bronze palette. I don't actually have that palette, but I do have one of her palettes. So this is the burgundy palette. Some of these shades I feel are quite similar to the ones that she has in her bronze palette, like some of these neutral shades at the top and these browns at the bottom. So I'm going to try and recreate what she does using this palette just because it is her palette. So we're gonna try. I'm really trying here, guys. This is not an easy makeup routine to follow, to be honest.
Mixed topaz and tiger eye. It's like a cool tone brown and like a warm tone brown, and I put this right in my crease.
Okay, so she's mixing a cool tone brown and a warm brown and putting it in her crease. I feel like this colour here is kind of a mix of a cool and a warm brown anyway, to be honest. So actually I'm just going to use that one. Just going to use that one. I'm not going to complicate it. I do love her eyeshadows, you know. They're very pigmented and really blendable. I do kind of feel like those filters on Instagram are really bad for people's insecurities and stuff, because when I go on them, it literally makes me want surgery and filler everywhere. So I kind of get why people are like complaining about it, you know. So by the looks of it, she also puts that colour on her eyelid, just like in little circle motions. So I'm gonna do that as well.
Ariel, every time he does my eye, he goes in here and then he blends up into my brows. So I just...
Okay, so she's blending up from her inner corner, like all the way up to her eyebrow. I would love to have my makeup done by Ariel one day because, I mean, he just seems like an absolute genius. Like, if he can make anyone look like that, I want to have a go, you know?
I'm going to take Jasper, this light color, and just put it in the center of my lid, just on both sides, and then blend it out.
What was the point in blending our eyeshadow into the center if we're going to go over it? Okay, so it looked like she took a dark brown and then put it in her crease. So I'm going to take this brown colour here. She literally took the tiniest bit, and then I'm going to try and put this in my crease. Honestly, she's doing this very complicated. This is not as easy to follow as Molly May's, let me just tell you. Just gonna put a little bit there and then blend it out like she did. My eyes are looking a lot warmer on camera, but they actually don't look like that in real life, so. Considering she said that she can do this in 10 minutes, really, Kylie? Because I think this is really complicated.
I'm gonna start like that. I'm gonna put a little bit over here. And then I'm gonna take a clean finger and blend it out.
Okay, so she's now putting some like, I feel like this is such a fail. Like, I actually am so stressed right now. Why did I ever think this was a good idea? So I'm gonna use this colour here, which is a beautiful shimmer colour, to be honest. And I'm gonna put this all over my lid. Breathe, Kelly, it's okay. Oh, not gonna lie, I haven't used that colour for a long time and I forgot how much I love it. Don't know why in the camera it looks red, because in real life it looks a lot more brown.
My favorite part, eyeliner.
Okay, so I'm laughing because that just reminded me of like the rise and shine. I do have somewhere, God knows where, Kat Von D tattoo liner, which bloody great, and I feel like it's quite similar to the Kylie liner, to be honest. So I'm gonna use this. Okay, so she's doing a flick and she's got someone holding a mirror for her. I don't have that privilege, so great. So she's making her flick really, really long and it's not really going up, it's kind of going more to the side. So, oh, right. Let's just try and do this and stay bloody calm. How long does she like it? That is the question. Oh, I have literally done this winged eyeliner so thick. I would never ever normally do it this thick, and I don't even know how this has happened. So they do not match in the slightest, but do you know what? I'm kind of actually done with this. Like, I'm gonna just say it right now, this has been an absolute fail of a video. This is not easy to follow. Like, this is not an easy makeup routine, okay? This is very complicated. This is like proper like makeup artist techniques.
Now I think it's a good time to brush my brows up.
Okay, so she is brushing her brows up despite the fact she brushed them down earlier. Honestly, this girl is stressing me out. Like, Kylie, if you're watching, I love you, but like, you need to calm it with the makeup routines because no one is going to be able to follow this. Like, I'm sorry, but this is confusing. So I'm going to use my Benefit, what is this called? Ready Set Brow. It's bloody brilliant. Absolutely love it. And I'm going to brush my eyebrows up, which is actually what I would normally do. You know, I wouldn't normally brush them down like Kylie had us doing, but never mind. Can you tell I'm annoyed? Didn't think you could.
And then we're gonna dust underneath my eye. I'm gonna mix.
Okay, so she's finally wiped off the bake. So thank God, because I think I'm literally gonna look like a ghost because this has been here for so bloody long. So let's wipe this off. Okay. Okay, so now she's finally contouring, thank God. I need some warmth added back into my face because it's a problem. So I'm going to use my Rimmel bronzer. She's using her what are they called? Kylie bronzers? I don't know. She has such a good jawline, what the hell. This video is literally going to take me 10 years to edit, so if you're watching, please give it a thumbs up purely for the fact I'm dying here right now. Like, I have been sat here for literally hours. She's also contouring her jawline, which I definitely need to do because I do not have a jawline like hers. I bloody wish I did, but I don't.
So now that we're done with that, I'm going to take beige now.
Oh my God.
Just a tiny bit.
Oh my God, I can't even cope. She's baking again. Actually, this isn't okay. You know what? We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna bloody do it. So I'm gonna take the same white colour that I used earlier, and she's basically carving out her jawline. So like that. Honestly, she uses so many different shades of powder. I just don't know how she expects anyone to actually be able to like copy her, you know? Oh my god, my battery is literally going to die on this camera. That's how long I've been recording. I fully charged this battery before filming. Okay guys, right. Guys, I am gonna quickly finish the rest of this off camera because my battery is going to die, and to be perfectly honest, I feel like this has been such a fail anyway. So I'm gonna do the rest off camera before my battery dies, and then I'll come back, I'll show you the final product and probably cry. Okay, thank you. See you in a second. So this is what the finished makeup looks like. All I did was add some mascara, some blusher, some highlighter, and then some lipstick. I do like the finished makeup, don't get me wrong, I really like the finished makeup, but it was just such a difficult makeup routine to follow because she owns a makeup brand, okay? So she's gonna have every single shade of every single product, and trying to recreate something when you only have one shade of something or you only have a couple of products is really difficult. And I think what I found so stressful about it was that she just kept going back and forth with all the different makeup products. Like she went to eyes about 5 different times and she kept on saying, oh, this is really simple, really quick. This is not simple or quick. Like this would probably take me like 20 to 30 minutes if I wasn't even like filming, you know, like to follow it, it would take me so bloody long. I know for a fact people are gonna think I'm really dramatic, okay? And I kind of am, I'll give it to you. I am a little bit dramatic, but this makeup look, no joke, took me more than 2 hours to do and film. That's insane. Like she said this took her 10 minutes to do and it's taken me 2 hours, like what? Do you know what, after this I just need a cup of tea. I'm gonna go and have a cup of tea. I'm gonna go eat some food because I'm starving. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.